page.
And welcome back to the Press Start Podcast. I'm your host, Vic, aka Mr. Never Chillness, episode number 176. And this week, I'm backing my co host, Roger, aka Lunatic Oblivion. What's going on, bro?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Good, man. It's been a few weeks. And this week, actually, brought back one of our special guests here, Paul, aka Inhuman Lion. What is going on, bro?
Another day, brother. Another day. I saw the signal in the sky to come swoop down, help everything out.
Hell yeah, man! There's a lot to dive into, and I know like you're so in tune with the gaming world, just like I am, and it's just like, man, I had to bring you on for this one because this is going to be one of those like crucial moments in the gaming community and just the games industry in general with Xbox and stuff like that. So we're gonna definitely be diving into that just here in a little bit. Before we do, we've had a long 4 weeks off of the show. We had a ton of time to play games. I didn't list everything I played over the last month. I just kind of did like the last month or so, or last week or so. For me, both of you guys have gigantic lists. I'm actually really curious to talk to Roger real quick about his Nintendo Switch 2 that he recently got for his birthday, which shout out to you for your birthday 10 days ago. But for that, you did get the Nintendo Switch 2, and you got Donkey Kong, the new one, and obviously Mario Kart World. How are both of those games going, and how is the Nintendo Switch 2 in comparison to the Switch?
I really like the Nintendo Switch 2. I think I was really worried about the magnetic controllers at first, and like the magnets are really, really well done. Like I don't feel like they're gonna pop off. You have to use the little buttons on the back of the controllers to pop them off nicely. So it does feel very sturdy, and a lot more sturdy, I think, than actually the slides did. That's the nice part about it. Like it actually feels more of a all one piece of console. And I really like Mario Kart Worlds, but I think its core selling feature to me is really something that's lost on me versus like somebody else who would be into it, which is the open world sort of travel in the game. I honestly really kind of wish they had done a better job of like mashing the open world with the like the actual races, like, oh, drive up to the start of a race and then go. Like I think that would have been really cool. And to
Like
just
how the
like
last Need for
load
Speed?
into the game. Huh?
Kind of like the last Need for Speed.
Kind of like
In the middle of the street and everything. You hit start and then
yeah, pretty much
Gotcha.
same with what is it, Forza Horizons.
Yeah.
You just drive up to the start of the race, and from there you're jumping into the race. Like I really wish it felt more like that, because they're like, oh, we have all this open world where you're gonna go around and find all these things, and it's like, all right, cool, let's go do that. And they're like, you don't really do it in the open world, though. You just drive around in the open world. So then the race courses were meant to be a part of this open world experience, but there feels like a lot of area that doesn't get touched in the open world. Like you only go to certain zones like once in all of the races. So I'm really hoping that like there's more there. Like it's a good start, but it's definitely no Mario Kart 8 in my opinion. I do like the sprint races where you're doing a knockout cup, every lap 4 people get dropped from the race, and it's down to the last 4 in the very last lap, but you're not lapping, you're doing segments of a race across the open world.
Yeah, I heard the open world in the game was like it's empty, like it's missing life. It's not like you're driving around in fucking Forza Horizon and there's festivals and people driving around. There's barn finds, there's the XP signs, there's the ramps, the drifting zones, like all this like fun different shit to do in the open world is just like we have this massive world but we're gonna scatter the racetracks and there's nothing in between them.
Felt like Nintendo was trying to jump outside of their lane that they do well, and they didn't do well this time. Like it's like Scarlet and Violet for me. It's they jumped out of the lane and they did really well. So then they tried to improve on that format in ZA, and like they took out all of the features that I thought were really cool, like the ability to play multiplayer with your friends, like just go around the world in multiplayer. I felt like there was a lot missing in Mario Kart World, but don't get me wrong, the races are super enjoyable. I think the item changes are interesting, but not like amazing. I think they're just sort of okay.
Right.
Like there's a tanuki feather now that allows you to jump red shells, green shells, anything coming flying at you. It opens up a new form of play, which I think is pretty cool. And then there's also rail grinding. Like I didn't realize I was playing fucking Tony
Tony
Hawk.
Hawk.
Like I wasn't playing Pro Skater, but I guess I am now. Like, and then on the other side we have Donkey Kong, which is the spiritual successor to Mario, for the Mario Odyssey. And honestly, I think it's really cool, but I don't think it's like a Mario Odyssey like this is the game. I think they had a really cool idea, and the destructibility of the world is awesome. But like when you're playing two players, it's overly destructive, I find. So like there's times where I'm just doing stuff and Jordan's just like spamming the shoot button on the character, and we're just like to the bottom of the world as quickly as possible.
I like that.
But I think the gameplay itself pretty cool. It feels good, but like having to collect all the bananas that you have to collect to like get your points, it feels like the bananas aren't the equivalent of like a star where you really want them to be like challenging to get. Or sorry, I guess Odyssey did the moons instead of stars. And so collecting those moons, it feels like you're actually doing something more valuable, whereas like the bananas, they're just all over the fucking place. They're just hidden, and on like a lot of them, it's like there's 10 of them in a zone, and all you do is like punch through the earth and you find them.
Quick question, if I may, is the Mario world, is that both for Switch 2 and Switch?
Just Switch 2, I believe.
Okay,
Which
yeah,
one?
because like I know like for
Oh, Mario
Pokemon
Kart.
World.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's Switch 2.
because I know for Pokemon Z to A, it's available on Switch and Switch 2. So like there were certain things that I was kind of like willing to forgive them for
Yeah, it's not.
because it's not available. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
it's
then
just Switch 2.
yeah, because like for like the Pokemon, I was willing to like forgive them on certain things, primarily because I'm like, okay, you kind of want to have some type of parity between the two, so you might want to slow down certain things. But if it's available on the Switch 2, yeah, having an empty worldish thing, yeah, I don't know if I like liking that. But we'll see. As the life of the Switch 2 continues, they'll push it more and more.
Yeah, like next week, I'm really looking for, not next week, sorry, the week after. I'm really looking for Hyrule Warriors 2. I'm excited to
Yes.
give that a go. My wife and I both play, Warriors games. She loves just sitting there and joining me for those games. So like we played a ton of the first Hyrule Warriors that we had on the Switch, as well as the one on, was it on the Switch as well? I think it was on the Wii U and the Switch, which was also Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors game.
Yes. Trying to see.
Well, that's dope, man. So we'll definitely be following up with you on the Switch 2 journey. I don't know if like I'm in any rush to get the Switch 2, just because I barely played my Switch 1. Like I don't know if it's that big of an investment. Like what grabbed me for the Switch 1 was like Mario Odyssey looked like that fucking game to play. Like you had to play that game. So I was like, cool, got it, beat it, and I dabbled
It
around
was.
in some Pokemon and Mario Kart, and just recently got a Super Mario Party Jamboree. Like that's been a lot of fun. But it's just like the Switch isn't like my go-to gaming console, period. Like it's not me per se. Like it's not the style of games that I'm looking for. It's cool to hop in from time to time. I look at the Nintendo Switch more of like at my party console. Like I'm not gonna invite friends over to play the Xbox. I can. There's some games you could probably do that with, but people's gonna want to play that Mario Kart, the Just Dance that I have for it, or the Super Mario Party and stuff like that. So that's how I view that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Air Riders, Metroid Prime. Like, there's a lot of games that are just on the Switch too, and that's where I'm at. I'm like, I play those first party exclusives. Like, I'm still thinking about Pokemon and picking it up.
I'd
It's
probably
just
wait.
not like, it's not something I'm jumping to.
Yeah, that one's struggling right now, having a lot of popping issues, graphical falling through the world. Somehow we're still doing that in 2025, but yeah, I would probably hold off on that game. It's struggling.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on and talk about some other games. Paul, you've been busy playing a lot of new games too. Ninja Gaiden 4, bro. Like, I'm glad that there's someone on the panel today that has tried this. It just dropped the other day, and I mean, you were talking about it earlier. I've never really played a Ninja Gaiden game other than Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, the one that just came out a few months ago. The remake of 2, or remaster, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But how is this one? Like, you were kind of recommending me, like, if you never played them, this is the one to actually just give a go.
Yeah. So yeah, this game feels really weird because like my first interaction to Ninja Gaiden was, I don't know if you guys remember the old demo disc that you used to get in the mail and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it was of Ninja Gaiden 2 that like I actually had a demo disc of.
Wow.
So that was my first introduction to it, and I was like, oh, this shit's actually kind of hot. Game whips your ass. The demo itself back then whipped your ass. And these games are just kind of known for just being, tough. They're the original
Souls
Souls
like
games.
before Souls, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Took it right out of my mouth. The original Souls before the Souls. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this game feels really good, primarily because it gives you that old school feel of the Ninja Gaiden games, but you can clearly tell that Platinum Games had a hand in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel it, and even the little things they add into it, it's kind of like okay, I get that feel from it. Like the little certain how do you say like in the world you can go and approach like a buy station or whatever, you can buy things, even just how like the animations of just scrolling through things, like you can
Mm-hmm.
clearly tell, okay, the icons are Ninja Gaiden-esque inspired and stuff like that, but how you move through menus and everything feels like Platinum Games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I wasn't sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but as I continued to play it, like I was like, you know what? I actually kind of like, I'm not mad at it, because one thing about the Ninja Gaiden games is, yes, they are going to be very extremely difficult, but it's still fair. Once you learn the game, you learn your moves, you enhance your moves, you buy new moves and everything. You're always going to go ahead and get uh you're just always going to be prepared for the next fight. They're never going to lead you into a certain thing in which is like, oh, I wasn't prepared for this. Nah, if you remember what the hell they told you before, you squared away and you straight. But originally, I thought I wasn't going to like it because the main character is switched. Now, OG character, he's Ryu, he's still in here, but where I'm at in the game, first off, and everything, he hasn't been brought back in yet. So most likely it's coming and stuff like that, which is okay. I'm cool with it. But I'm not mad at the character change. A lot of people, like, when they had the Devil May Cry, when DMC Devil May Cry came out and everything, it destroyed the fucking world. Everyone was like, Devil May Cry is trash now and everything.
Well, it's
And
like Ghosts of Yotai.
Yeah, that's been
exactly,
yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of people who just got completely turned off with that as well. And my whole thing was, I was kind of like willing to give it a try, but I was kind of still headstrong about the idea of like, nah, you can't take it. It's Ninja Gaiden 4. Like, name it Ninja Gaiden with like a separate subtitle if you're gonna have a new character. But
Mm-hmm.
because the gameplay still kick ass, if you haven't played a Ninja Gaiden game before in your life, or if you just want to try something new, or if you just kind of give it a try, and especially if you have Game Pass, you got no excuse not to give it a try. But yeah, flashy as ever, gruesome as ever, bloody as ever. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
game's great.
Hell yeah. So speaking of Ghost of Yotai, so that's been the new game that I've been playing still a lot lately.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm thinking about 17 hours into this one, and the story now has finally grabbed its hooks. Just not as deep as I would say Ghost of Tsushima did. Like, obviously, I just recently beat that one at the beginning of the year in January, but it's just like this one. I like. She don't give a fuck. Like, period. Like, she is just brutal through and through. Like, where in like the first game, like that was like a balancing act of like, I'm supposed to be this samurai and I have a code to stick by. Like, I'm not supposed to be assassinating people. I'm not supposed to be killing people in a certain way for the honor system and shit like that. Where this game is just like, we don't even worry about that. Like, we just fucking go in and just, I'm on a hunting mission right now. There's 6 motherfuckers I need to kill because they killed my mom, my dad, and you think your brother as well. But it's just like, man, like I just feel like it was missing like the emotional attachment a little bit.
It's
But
a
it's
revenge story.
it's
She's
it's all it
also
is.
not a samurai.
Right. But like she is. And then like I don't know. It's just been really weird, like how like the whole story has been developing, in my opinion. And then like no matter where you go, everyone just knows that you're the Onro, the ghost. And I'm like, how does everybody know I'm the ghost, but like nobody's supposed to know I'm the ghost technically?
The worst ghost in the world.
Like this doesn't make any sense to me at all. But yeah, like but overall the world is fucking beautiful. Combat has been fantastic. The just like the natural flow of exploration has been great. Just like like I'll set a marker way out to my next point I'm going, and I'll stumble across like 10 fucking things on my way there, or if I get one and then it takes me like off left, and by the time I finish it I have to go from that side back to this side, and then I stumble into some more shit. I'm just like falling into just different things, and like it doesn't seem like, oh, here we go again, like I gotta do this. Like everything just fucking feels different, and like it's just really cool. Like some of them are just like you go to this like beautiful fucking scenery area and you have to fucking paint. You have like to paint the fucking landscape, and you're painting with the DualSense controller on the touchpad. Like it tells you like draw here and do shit like that. I was like, cool, that's pretty cool. And then like some of them you're playing your fucking instrument in this game. It just looks like a, I don't know what the fuck it's called. It looks like a guitar, but Japanese. I forget what the fuck it's called. Starts with a Y, I think. And you have to learn new songs on that, and then the songs then help you find other like points of interest, like the spas, the wolf dens, which that's another one that's been pretty cool. Is like having that wolf companion that can come into battle with you at random points and shit like that, and then he starts fucking up enemies, and I'm just like, yo, that's badass. Like you're going to that fucking standoff, and it's just you and a wolf back to back, and you take off one and he takes out one, and then I'm taking out another and he's taking out another, and it's just like you're just whooping ass with a wolf as your companion. Like it's so dope. And then like before you go into like one of the raiders camps, you can play your fucking instrument and call the wolf, and then you'll both just ride into this fucking camp and just annihilate motherfuckers. But yeah,
Like that.
yeah,
That's tough.
it's really dope, man. Just I love the game, and like the puzzles, and just I don't know, it's just something about it. Like it does really good. Like that's why I gave Ghost of Tsushima a 10. Where, but I just feel like there's something missing from this game where it's not going to be a 10 at my point right now. Like I feel like this
Do
is
you
a
think
9.
do you think that maybe also Ghost of Tsushima you gave it a 10 possibly because you played it way after all the updates and extra content was added? Do you think
Hmm.
that's a possibility? Whereas if you played it possibly before, because I do remember when the game first dropped, they did have a lot of bugs and like getting stuck in the world and stuff like that.
Right.
Do you think that maybe with this one, because you're playing it
So
somewhat
early,
off
it's
rip,
yeah.
yeah, or do you feel like it's not polishing that's the issue?
Yeah, I don't
You
think
just
so.
have it like
Yeah,
pacing, story, and stuff like that.
yeah, it's a pacing story. Like I don't think it's anything that they're gonna fix with post content updates or anything or hot fixes. Like I'm not having any like technical difficulties with the game. Like the game runs
Yes.
really smooth. Even which confused me, gets me this is that the game runs at 30 FPS, and not a fucking
Mhm.
peep in the games industry did they complain about this game running at 30 FPS. Any Xbox game that runs it at 30 FPS, they get fucking obliterated. But
Grab the pitchforks.
how dare your games run at 30?
Yeah,
Okay. But yeah, I
but
mean,
I think maybe it. I think it's also kind of hard. Like Roger, what she said also is that like it's a revenge story. There's only but so much you can do with that.
right.
Like it's kind of hard to. How do you say it? Is that my cat losing her shit in the background? Yeah, it is. Okay. There's only but so much you can do with the revenge story to shake it up.
Right.
Like, for the most part, what's already been done is done, and regardless, it's going to get boiled down and reduced to the fact that it's just a revenge story.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of what you were saying, like the whole world knows, like, oh, that she the one, right? That's her. Oh yeah, she the main character in the story. Cool, cool. Like that is an issue because like just imagine like it was 2007 when the first Assassin's Creed dropped. Imagine you trying to like blend in with one of the nobles and the priests, like trying to pray and walk by, and they're
Right.
like, "Hey, that guy over there, that's the assassin trying
That's
to kill you."
his, right.
I get that. It can be frustrating.
It's like everybody knows who I am already. I'm like, I've never met you. I got,
Could it be possibly you killed somebody in front of the wrong person and word got around town?
but even then, like,
Mechanic, I don't
but no one's going to know what I look like, and the fact that I can change outfits
understood.
all the time, like I'm getting new masks, like I'm wearing a mask, and I'm wearing different masks and different hats and different armor, so I look different all the time. So it's like
Yeah, you
I
on your
don't know how
Hitman
you
shit. True,
I
true.
don't know how you know who I am. This doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm sure the game will
I,
end up being good. Like the story's good. I like the hunting, and then like you're trying to investigate, like find out where these people are. But like the first one that you killed, the snake, like you kill him in like the first 10 minutes of the game, and the motherfucker is drunk out of his mind, and you just fucking just annihilate him immediately. But I just had this badass fucking assassination, or my bad, they called it a slaughter for this kill that I got. Not even an assassination, it was a slaughter. The dude, I just fucking like threw smoke, and then he lost where I was. And I just came up behind him and just whoosh,
oh
stuck
shit.
the katana. His head just fucking flew off, and his body just like dropped in slow motion, and then like fell over. And I'm
Kind of
like,
like that.
oh, that was so good. Like I remember doing that in the Tsushima as well, but I was just like that first time you see it in the game, you're just like, oh, I'm a badass. It feels so good.
See, I like that.
Hell yeah, man. But
That's what's up, though, man. I'm glad you're having fun with it at least, though.
yes, yeah, like I keep wanting to play. Like it's a balancing act between obviously Battlefield, Ghosts of Yotai, and Baldur's Life, aka Ball Pit. Which Roger, I'm gonna kick it to you with this one, for this game because you've already beaten it, and I'm getting really close. I'm on the level before the last level to beat it. But what's your overall thoughts on this game, man?
I thought it was the perfect length, and I thought it had the perfect amount of content all around. That's why I liked this game so much. It didn't feel like it overstayed its welcome. And at the end, it was like, hey, you beat the game, roll credits. Hey, if you want new game plus, continue your regular game, whatever you want to do. But we're done. And I was like, oh, it felt like it came to a stop, but the ending was a little weird, but yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, not bad for an indie game though that came out of nowhere because I don't remember seeing this
Yeah.
game like even advertised or revealed. To be honest with you, but yeah,
Mhm.
this game has snatched the world by storm, and this has been one of those games that we were talking. It's like, man, I got that fucking itch. Like I got to play more. Like it was addictive. It is very very addicting. Like it was. Because I'm not done. It's really fucking hard to say this is my last one. And then you finish
I'm
when you're
done
like
after
one
this.
more, because then you go back to town and you're fucking building the town and you're trying to fucking pinball your workers around and upgrade the
You
town and
shoot
do
them
this. You're like,
around, and then you're like,
fuck,
I need to go back in. Oh, okay, click. Wait, I was done.
nope.
Never mind.
You thought, oh wait, you got a new
Never mind.
character. Well, I got to play the new character now too. It's just like this never-ending cycle of like content after content after content. It's just it keeps you hooked. Like the gameplay loop is just addictive, and it has you hooked from beginning to end. Honestly. But yeah, it's definitely been really challenging. Honestly, like some levels have been harder than others. Some of them you walk in, you just fucking steamroll for some reason, and I'm just like, I don't know why. And then like the lava one with the dragon, I was stuck there for a little bit, but I finally got through it, and now I'm on the heavens or
It's
whatever.
about how you build. Like there is a way to play the game, and like any one of these games, you have to go into the mentality of like, am I playing to fight the chaff or am I playing to fight the boss? And then the boss isn't always just like got a large health bar and punches really hard. Sometimes bosses are like, the chaff are my boss, and you're like, fuck. Like I built a punch a big guy, not 100 small guys.
Yep.
And the reverse is also true. So I think it really depends. Like in a game like this, you have to kind of know what you're building towards, and you have to think about that. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I'm going to build to clear all these guys. Then you get to the boss, and you have the item that stabbed you every time you shoot, but every time you kill something, you get like 4 times the health. You're like, shit. Well, the boss doesn't have any ads, so like I just fucking die.
I die. Yep.
I just fucking die.
Yeah, there was one level where I fucking felt invincible. Like I was literally just getting hit left and right, left and right, left and right, like melee because they already at the bottom of the screen, but was not fucking dying because of all my healing abilities I had going on top of my damage. It was just like chaos, nothing but chaos. But I look at my health bar and it's just like it's full. It's just like barely moving up and down at the top, and I'm just like, I'm invincible. I got a great fucking roll, but what build was that? I could not fucking tell you. Honestly, like it's just been great just playing like randomly. Like my goal is to build certain things. Like I go in like I want to build a nuke or I want to build a blizzard. Like those are my two big ones that I like to use. But it's just like a lot of times I'm beating these levels and I'm just randomly rolling or even picking random characters. I'm just like, oh, these seem cool. Let me put two and two together. Oh, this is a badass combination. Like fuck. But the Joker, by the way, is badass. Like I don't know if you used much of him, but like being able to fucking throw the balls to wherever you want on the map and then they start bouncing is
Yep.
it's OP.
Well, it's really stupid because if you choose a little one by one spot in the middle of the screen, you're just like, oh, everything's dead.
It's exactly how
And
it
then you get the
goes.
one every time your ball bounces, it gets faster and it maxes out at double speed, and you just see your balls go like a chainsaw starting up
And
in
then
the middle of the enemy.
I got the two swords that fucking it gives more critical damage if you hit them from the front, and then I got the other one where it's from the back. So I'm just throwing the balls like in the middle, and it's like, and it's just immediately fucking just killing everybody. And I'm just like, yep, I need all of those. The left, right, up, and down. I need all the critical hits I can.
It's a really well designed game to be addictive. I really enjoy that about it.
I
Like it
really know that we're going to be talking about this game in a few months at the Game Awards. It's going to be there
definitely.
one way or another. But we could sit here and talk about that game all fucking day long, just like I could play it all night long. But Paul, I'm gonna kick it to you. You were playing another new game, early access or whatever, or server slam, if I say this correctly, and that's Arc Raiders. This is the upcoming shooter that's supposed to be competing in that shooter verse of games. Is this going to be one of them that pushes Call of Duty and Battlefield?
Um, I don't think it's going to be in the realm of a Call of Duty Battlefield. I think it's going to take the cake away from like a Tarkov though,
Mm-hmm.
and primarily I think even Tarkov, the devs at Tarkov know that because they're now officially pushing the 1.0 update finally next year. Yeah, that game's officially getting released for however long it's been out. But yeah, it's an extraction shooter. But once again, it shakes it up because it drops it in third person, which I'm a sucker for third person. What
Mm-hmm.
can I say? The mechanics of the game are just like any other extraction shooter, really. You could go ahead and you can make your stuff, you can find your things, you can find better things. There's rarity for your loot. The guns are the more interesting stuff. They kind of, I guess, want to force the longer battles because the max mag that you start off with is like 20 rounds. There are like no 30-round mags and guns. Obviously, that can change as you
Mm-hmm.
better get better equipment and everything. But the world is fun. Like I'm not gonna lie, these are the same developers that did the finals. Now, however people may feel about the finals, one thing about that game is the game is smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have no stutters in the game. I have no issues that I've experienced personally. I can't talk for others, but I haven't experienced any game breaking stuff. Bugs damn near non-existent except for fucking quick resume. Quick resume's always destroying something in a game. So the main lobby always gets screwed up if you have quick resume on and everything.
I
But
noticed
other
that
than that, like
I noticed that happens in games that you have to like connect to a server. Like Battlefield
yes,
has been fucking up a lot lately. Call of Duty always had its issues, and then sounds like Arc Raiders.
yeah,
But if you're
yeah,
playing like a
your
single
your
player game,
cursor
you're not
would
gonna.
disappear and everything. Like
Yeah.
something's always going wrong. But what I will say is these developers, like, they're geniuses when it comes to Unreal Engine 5. Like they know what they're doing. Like they can push it to its limits, still get just buttery smooth gameplay. They have the whole skill tree stuff, so you can up your stamina, and you can do different things. So one for better resources or better upgrades for you as a person, for looting, and then like for like weaponry and shit like that, or
Yeah.
survival. We'll say like that.
It looks really
Like I
dope.
said,
It looks like a way more fleshed out version of like was it in Call of Duty the DMZ?
DMZ.
Yeah, like
Yes.
DMZ was like fun if I could stay connected in a game, but I know me and Roger kind of enjoyed it, but like if it had like more of a in-depth built system like Arc Raiders, like that game could have like meant something. I feel like I was playing
Yes.
DMZ and I wasn't getting anything out of it. Like, I wasn't doing anything.
Mhm.
Hopping in and complete a
DMZ,
mission to get what?
yeah,
Nothing.
DMZ kind of just felt like a smaller war zone, if that makes sense. Like it was just for like you're just in a smaller, cramped up space and like kill everybody you see or don't, whatever the case would be. But
Well,
with
you guys
art,
weren't dropping at the same time, and it had AI, so it was like
yeah,
it's PVE VP.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And like with Arc, I think also just the AI enemies in Arc just make it so much more interesting. Like, go ahead and mess up and just make too much noise with a shootout, and you may have the wrong type of AI enemy that you don't want anywhere near you. Or you might have one that's just like, you know what, you're about to heal up, and they're like, nope, here's a stun gun, Zzz, just electrocutes the hell out of you and automatically cancels your action. So now you're trying to run away just to heal yourself, and you got another flying drone enemy that's just going to shoot a Gatling gun at you because why not? Then you got one that's a spider that's just going to jump from half football field away right on top of you while you're trying to get it. There's just a bunch of randomness that happens in the game.
Yeah.
So I will say that it's definitely a blast. I do think that this is going to take a. Everyone's kind of just waiting on the next big game. Like everybody's waiting for that next big hoorah, and I'm not saying Arc Raiders is that, but I think this will actually fill a void for a lot of people who just want something fun to play, as well as it marked with its price tag kind of helps open the doors to people who are not trying to pay 70, 80, $90 for a game now.
That's funny you mentioned. I was just looking up. I was like, "Is this free to play or what?" And it's a
Now it's
$40 for standard, $60 for deluxe. But I was just like, this game could run into the same issues like Concord had. Is like you put a price tag on a game that didn't need a price tag. If Concord would have been
Mhm.
free to play, the game would still be there. Like it would still exist. People would still be playing it right now. But I just hope that it doesn't happen to this because, like, if I'm not mistaken, like the finals was free to play.
It is. Yes, it is.
So it's like, why did they choose that game to go free to play, but then they wanted to
Uh,
throw a price
the
tag on this one?
publisher is the reason.
Of course.
So like yeah, it's a publisher's world. But also I think it also creates at least somewhat of a barrier for people for cheaters. The game is cross play, cross save, all that extra stuff that makes games awesome. So like once you buy it, I believe it's Xbox also play anywhere. So
Hmm.
if you buy it Xbox, you can play it on your PC. You don't have to buy it twice. But if you like, let's say, buy it on your PlayStation, you want to hop on PC, you do have to buy it a second time. So I guess there's an issue there or whatever. But I guess it kind of creates more of a somewhat of a hurdle for anybody who wants to create cheats. You
Yeah,
got to buy
that
the
is
game
true.
again every time.
Yeah,
But
or
again, that's
or
just me trying to make an excuse.
or just
So
make a anti cheat system like Battlefield has been, because Battlefield has been damn
theirs
near
is really good.
flawless. Like
Yeah,
it's their shit's so good right now that like the cheating programs and the developers are saying don't use our shit in the game because no, we
yeah.
just not
You
worth it.
haven't found a way around it yet.
Yeah, they're like, don't do it. So I'm just like, that's dope. Like, it's literally
Hell
the
yeah.
only fucking shooter that I know right now that's playing fucking great without cheaters.
Yep.
Which let's just transition right into Battlefield. Obviously, us three have been playing that
Hell
from
yeah.
time to time. You guys are the two of the very few people that I do play in, and shout out to Phil, as well, who I was playing with earlier today before you hopped on. But yeah, Roger, what's your thoughts on Battlefield so far, man?
I think there is some map design work that really needs to happen.
Mhm.
But other than that, the game has honestly been really well done. I think it's a really good game.
Yeah, I second that, and I definitely think you were referring to the Maroc Valley map, who we remove out of our rotation whenever we play because fuck that map. 1000%.
Yeah.
That is so garbage of a map. Like you said, I don't think I've ever seen anybody win on that map, like attacking
It's
wise.
definitely tough.
I
It's
don't think
definitely
you can
tough.
attack and
Yeah.
win on that map.
I've definitely never wanted an attacking one. I've wanted a defending one. It's quite
Right.
easy.
Right, you just fucking stand there and it's so stupid. But yeah, man, I definitely agree. Battlefield 6 has been a lot of fun. It's been like also like just my go-to shooter right now. And I'm starting to get a good feel for a lot of the weapons. The challenges need some tweaking, but they're already working on that. They've already announced some of the tweaks that are happening. Comes out on the 28th here with season 1, so we're getting new maps, new modes, new guns, excuse me, new vehicles, stuff like that. So we have a lot to look forward to in a couple of days. But yeah, they reworked a lot of the challenges and how many and how they work and different stuff. So that's definitely good that they're listening to the community and providing like pretty much instantaneous fucking feedback. It pretty much. But yeah, I definitely agree. But have either
You
one of you
forgot one of the
guys?
best parts.
What's that?
You forgot one of the best parts,
Oh, the
man.
battle
The
royale.
other stuff. No, the other thing that they're adding amazing skins that people don't like. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean the
They-
non-realistic blue skin?
Yes, and a
But
Monster
why?
Energy skin that's not a Monster Energy skin.
Right. The blue and the green one. Everyone's like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna lose my shit." But
Not gonna lie, I kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie.
the thing is, like,
I'm
that
not-
one looks more badass than the fucking skin that you get for getting 50 kills without dying, which you just get this
Oh.
like really bright ass fucking tan
Yeah.
uniform, like if you're out there in
Heavy
the
cream and
desert
sugar in your
storm.
coffee type skin.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like I literally I've seen people have this skin already, like running around with it. I'm like, you stand out. Like you stand out like a fucking sore thumb. Like even on the desert looking maps, you still stand out for some reason. I don't know why you were so bright.
I love it, man.
But I am ready for some like shakeup. Like having that variety of skins do provide like a change in looks, because sometimes the game
Yeah.
can look very mundane and like very boring at times. But like that, I don't. But I don't want Beavis and Butthead. I don't want South Park. I don't want fucking Family Guy running around the battlefield. Okay, like
Yeah.
keep it your military looking characters. If they're wearing bright red, bright green, okay, like that's not the end of the world. But it's a lot better than what we were getting in Call of Duty.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's also not hard to just make good like tactical suit like clothing. Like if you ever go like into like Ghost Recon, just watch people's like
Mhm.
the stuff that they just customize themselves with. They make some good ass looking stuff. Like I'm talking about NVG goggles that have like 6 of them, and I'm like, what the hell? That looks trash, but it just looks
It
cool
looks
as hell.
badass.
Like in movie, yeah, like you could do some really cool shit and stuff. It's just really up to designers. Like you could definitely tell that even with the skins that have the all the bright colors and shit like that they drop and stuff, you can tell that with the physical equipment, they try to keep it more tame. I'd
Mhm.
much rather you go a little bit more crazier with the equipment than go crazy with the colors, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
give me some extra pockets on my damn like legs and everything and stuff like that, and give me some extra shit that makes it look cool and stuff, rather than give me some bright ass orange stuff. Like I'm cool with that, but like if snow maps, you want to give me some nice ass snow camo, cool. Still make it look tactical as shit and everything, but you don't got to go crazy with the colors. But yeah, I don't know. We'll live, man. Ain't nobody about to die over this shit.
Yeah, it's not Call of Duty where they are struggling with the whole skin dilemma that they're in. But nonetheless, have either one of you guys have a chance to dive into the campaign at all?
Yes.
Campaign, no.
Nah, me neither. I was telling you earlier today that it's on my list. I got to get to it, but it's like not on my priority as of right now. But Roger, what's
Busy
the
chopping
what's
heads off from Gaiden, bro?
right? How's the campaign though so far for you, Roger?
It's all right. I beat the first level and I started on the second. Um, I don't feel drawn into it is the problem I'm standing at right now. Like it's not doesn't seem bad, but it doesn't seem like wow, this is amazing. It's just sort of like it is.
It doesn't
It
have its
just exists.
blockbuster moments yet. Because
Yeah.
like that's one thing Call of Duty to me does really well is usually the campaign, like their story beat moments, like it's a blockbuster. We know it doesn't matter if it's a 3 hour game or if it's an 8 hour game, it's still gonna have those major blockbuster moments in the game that's like holy shit, like that was badass. But it's just like I don't. It looks like Battlefield should have those, just maybe not in the early game. But you would have thought like they would have had to find a way to like grip you. Like we want you here to beat this campaign.
Yeah, I don't feel it yet. That's the problem.
You remember Call of Duty Modern for 2019? Did you play the campaign of that game?
Loved it.
Do you remember the first night mission they give you where you got to clear that whole apartment
House.
complex?
Yep.
Yeah, that and everything's got
Bro,
your
that was
NVG
like
goggles
one of
on.
the most realistic like shit
You got
ever.
the
Like
girl, the mother run into the crib, grab the baby, and the next person tries to grab it. They pull out an AK, and I'm like, oh shit!
shit.
Like, so I would have loved because everything I've heard from the campaign, I heard like it's good, but it just doesn't quite hit
Mhm.
that point where it should. I, I understand people try not to get a little too realistic with what possibly happens on these missions that people report slash don't report. Yo, use your imagination. Give us something that's going to be memorable. Because I'll be honest, I don't remember shit else from that whole campaign of Modern Warfare 2019, but I remember that mission.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I don't
true.
remember none of those, but that drone was hot and everything.
But
Um,
we go back to COD 4, you can pretty much rattle off a bunch of different missions, or Modern Warfare 2 and whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy. But nonetheless, any other games you guys wanted to highlight before we moved on to the news for the week? You good?
I really know.
Cool. All right, guys, let's go ahead and check out the industry news. All right, man. So kicking it off here, this is the one of the biggest turning points in gaming industry, honestly, and this is just something that we got to talk about, and that's with the report coming out that Microsoft CFO Amy Hood has been forcing Xbox to deliver an insane 30% profit margin, um, and this basically just correlates with everything that we've been seeing um, from them, like the layoffs, the cancellation of projects, and the price hikes and stuff like that. Like knowing that. What they were asking for makes sense now with why everything has been happening, but it doesn't need to be happening because like this is well above the industry average of about 14 or 15% that most companies look for and for the profit margin. So I think they need to realign their expectations and focus in a lot more because they're doing a lot of harm than good. So Paul, I know you've been diving into this. You're just like you're on board with the whole firing of Amy Hood. Like it's
Oh,
time to move on from
you
her.
know,
But what's your
I'll
more
be
in
coming
depth
on her
thoughts?
ass, man. And stalking her LinkedIn. Like, I dare you to post something. It's like, no, no, yeah. So, like, I think that the reason why, like, I'm having such a big issue with this isn't necessarily that she's pushing that she says she wants to have a 30%, because prior to the purchase of Activision Blizzard King, the Xbox was already, I believe it was somewhere between 12 to 13% on profit. That's where they were sitting at.
Mhm.
And considering everything that ABK owns, ABK being Activision Blizzard King for those listening, um, I'm not sure what their profit margins were, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot higher than an Xbox's. I can't say for sure, but if I had to put money on it, I would say that it would be. Considering Candy Crush alone and everything, like I'm pretty sure it makes a lot more money than they put into it. Um, but if you add that up, maybe it even strikes somewhat close to a 30%. I'm not sure if it's 30% more than what they were already making or 30% as a whole. I'm pretty sure it was 30% as a whole. But I'm pretty sure with the purchase of ABK, you can somewhat hit at least somewhat close to that.
I could
Wh-
let me just
What?
add some in ammo real quick. Yes, as before they being acquired, Activision Blizzard operating margin of approximately 29.6% based on the 12 months data. Had a profit margin of 28.6% based on its 600 million profit and 2.1 billion in sales for the year ending in 2015. Obviously, that's dating it about 10 years, but still, at some point they were getting really close to 30% by themselves.
Okay, so, and I know obviously it's not as simple as add that 28% to the 12-13% that Xbox has, and boom, you have like a whop. I know it's
Yeah.
not as simple as that, but what I am saying is that if you take that and set it aside, and then add on top of what she previously stated, where they lost, what was it, 300 million in sales or something like that,
Hmm.
and she told them that you guys need to go make that up. I think it's that the two pile on top of each other is kind of what makes it a little bit more ridiculous.
Hmm.
You made this purchase to increase subscribers in Game Pass. So you said. I don't know what the ulterior motives were, but your reasoning was to increase subscribers in Game Pass. Subscribers went up, sales went down. That seems like that's kind of an even trade. So it says. Now you're saying, hey, that even trade that was made, you got to make up that even trade for what the hell happened because we lost sales on that. And now on top of that, you're saying you need to now hit a 30% on top of that. I think it's just all the things together. If she was just saying hit the 30% alone, then I'd be like, you know what? With the acquisition of ABK, that seems plausible. Like that seems like that should be okay. We're speaking of just simply one game, just Call of Duty, But if you take an ABK as a whole, and if all of that is under the banner of Xbox now, which it should be, you should be able to at least hit that. But with the addition to the 300 mil in sales that they supposedly need to make up as well, that's where now things get a little iffy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
And
was they lost that due to adding Black Ops 6 to the Game Pass day one.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like now that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, like do they not understand that we're no longer in COVID? Everyone's not stuck at home. No, like you have to adjust somehow. Like you guys are trying to reach something that's not obtainable anymore, unless we go through another, God forbid. But but like that stuff, those numbers are no longer attainable,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to reach that again and try to maintain something that was never yours to even have in the first place.
Right.
Like
You should have just been soaking up those big numbers and saying thank you for the extra money, and move
yeah,
on and keep steady on your margins and shit, your goals.
yeah, and I think the other issue is the fact is that the whole point of Phil, supposedly of why he was doing the things he was that hey, we're trying to allow the creativity to take hold, and we're not trying to put in these stakes in the ground and say you need to hit this milestone, that milestone, that milestone. That's literally what destroyed the Google Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wanted to have the creativity be ran as a business, as in like you're punching numbers into a computer. That's not, it doesn't really always work that way. It may sometimes, depending on how you put your account, I don't know, but it's not really how creativity really works.
Right.
And it seems as though the same issue that Google Stadia ran through, which was literally what killed it,
Yep.
kind of feels like that's what's going to end up happening here with Xbox. But I'll leave the floor to you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick it to you, Roger. What's your thoughts with this whole situation with a 30% profit margin goal?
It just goes to I just want to sit here and feel like saying, I was right when Activision Blizzard's trying like when Microsoft was trying to acquire them last year. Like I said, it's not for the good of the consumer. It never was, never will be. It is for their profit margins. And as soon as they did something that's for the good of the consumer, they're like, "Oh, we fucked up." And it's like I mean, like being able to play Call of Duty on Game Pass was huge, but they're like, sorry, that hurt our profit margins. That's bad.
Yeah, but
it's like,
did they not think about that?
no, they clearly did. Like they knew it was going to happen, but then they were like, you know what? Actually, that was a bad idea.
And what they kicking, they want you to too, man. I guess.
Yep. I don't know, what were they expecting to like be able to run PlayStation out of business with that? Like, because that's what it feels like.
Yeah, they thought that everyone was going to be jumping ship because they were going to get it free on Xbox if you have Game Pass. Like I don't see the motives. Like at this point, it's going to be really hard to convince someone on PlayStation to come to Xbox and ditch PlayStation. Like they're going to get an Xbox and keep the PlayStation at the same time. Those are the guys that buy the Series S or get a small rig PC or whatever, just so you can have Game Pass.
See, and God, I think that's my issue with all this, because like that is their end goal, is to push you to go buy a small rig, which hence the reason why the next gen home console is supposed to be the hybrid BS bullshit, because they're like, okay, well, we'll just sell you, already built PC and everything, but no, it's still an Xbox. It still runs your Xbox games and everything. It's just an Xbox, but hey, you could download Steam. So therefore, if you're gonna buy a pre-built or some shit, and let's say you spend, I don't know, a lower end cost pre-built that could run a game, maybe let's say 800 or some shit, or 1,000, they'll sell you, hey, fuck it, we'll give you this shit for 700 or something like that, and it can run PC games / Xbox. So therefore, you're still buying an Xbox, but you're in the PC realm to run PC games, and eventually just drop the whole Xbox and it's just a PC. Like, I get that's their end goal, but what the fuck is excuse my language? What's the point if you literally kill your brand while doing that? Yeah. Like, it makes no sense and everything. I mean, it makes sense for them. I get it. Definitely makes sense for them. But like, it makes no sense for you to try to hold a community, try to keep telling the community, no, guys, don't worry, we're thinking about you, we're working on it and everything, and then
we're thinking about your wallet.
Yes,
and how we can get more out of it.
Like we can't build, or we can't continue in this field by selling $1,000 consoles. And then what the fuck do they go do with Asus? They sell $1,000 console.
Yep.
Like it doesn't make sense. And I was like, I don't know, man. It pisses me off because Vic, I know we talked about it. I literally told you, I was like, it would have. I think things would have been so much different had they actually purchased Warner Brothers and their games versus purchasing ABK. Once they saw those dollar signs of ABK, they were like, "Oh shit, here
No.
goes the money flow cash cow we've been waiting on," and they forgot they still got to support that shit. Like,
Mhm.
they completely forgot also the fan base that gives you that money. You have to support that fan base. I don't
Right.
think I've ever seen Phil Spencer so quiet on social media since all of this nonsense. Now,
Yep.
granted, I know he is sitting back on his chair now and happy as hell, got his feet kicked up, fingers crossed, because finally the smoke is no longer on him. And he's like, "Ah, finally people see she's the Wicked Witch of the West." Like,
Yep.
like
Between
I
her
know he's
and
happy.
Satya Nadella are the two fucking.
Yeah. And my thing is,
Oh
where
man.
the hell is Satya Nadella's head at? Like, if Phil Spencer came
AI
to you and
is
said,
where
"Hey,
it's at.
listen, I think I could fix Xbox. Here's my plan," and he was like, "You know what? Go do what you got to do." He fixes it. And he's like, "Ah, thanks for fixing that. Let me take it and fuck it up again." Like,
That's exactly how
like,
that went.
dude, I don't want you to add Copilot and fucking AI into my next Xbox. Like,
I
I
don't
don't
need
want
it.
that shit. Yeah. Instead, they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna be able to run the game for you if you use add Copilot." Bitch, I don't want that shit. Like,
Like it's at the point like, oh, I want Copilot to just play the game for me, I guess.
It'll be
some
like that
shit.
character from Ball Pit that just fucking plays the game for you.
Yeah,
Which,
dude.
funny enough, I don't even know if Microsoft will be able to do that because Sony did copyright that apparently. I
That's
copyrighted.
interesting.
What the fuck? They added a patent and everything to have AI play games for you.
So I guess if you're like stuck on a level, you're like, "Hey Sony, please beat this level for me."
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a dumbass bitch who can't do it. Please.
Yeah, that's insane. But
Oh man.
yeah, I just want to circle back to Xbox before we move on to our other industry topic. Is like, this is literally we actually have another Xbox topic to talk about here too. Is it's really been putting my head into a really weird dilemma now. Is like, do I stay on Xbox and keep buying my games on Xbox? Like, I'm genuinely stuck in that realm of like, or do I switch to PlayStation? Because like I'm still going to be a console gamer at heart. Like I know the whole thing of, oh, it's about the PC, it's about the PC, it's about the PC. Like I'm on a PC now. I barely fucking game on it. It's just there's too much that has to go into playing PC games. Like if I can't just boot the game up and play it and have no issues, then there's a problem. Like PC, you got to keep upgrading your parts every fucking year. You got to upgrade. You got to do shaders and updates and all this fucking shit to run a game. It's just it really fucking boggles my mind. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to tinker with settings to play games. So that right now I'm stuck between do I go to PlayStation or do I stay with Xbox? Because also is like I'm a physical collector and I know that that is dying and that will go away eventually. And I'm trying to support it as long as I can and enjoy it for as long as I can as well. Because like all games, physical copies of games mostly come out on PlayStation and the Switch. Xbox has been kindly just ditched the whole physical concept of getting games and I'm just like should I just buy it on PlayStation then? Like
Yeah,
I'm
but
really in a
you
bad spot right now, and I don't know if
ain't seen
Xbox is even going to be around in the next 5 to 10 years. I know PlayStation is still going to be here. Like that's the
yeah.
bad part. I think Xbox could be like Sega and just
I
become a
think
publisher.
I don't think that Xbox is going to become a publisher. I think they're going to slowly move towards building because they re-unshelved the cloud gaming console.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like, they know where it is for them, and that is mobile gaming. That is the future, and you can already see that's where it's going. And so, just be prepared. They may just start leveraging the data centers they already have, the power generation they already have, to just put more into cloud gaming, and then using AI to help actually power that cloud gaming.
they have a
Yeah.
long ways to go because I just tried to
They
use
do.
cloud
It's bad.
gaming again the other day. I was trying to play ball pit at work, could not fucking play it. Constantly disconnecting. And then when I was playing, it's latency and just lagging. I'm
Yep.
like, it's the same thing when it first came out 5, 6 years ago. It has not gotten
Hasn't
better.
changed.
It has not gotten any better. Like it's not, and it's
The
not the
funny
way to
thing
go.
is, I don't know how closely you guys follow like the handheld mobile market and everything and stuff aside from mobile phones, but actual like handheld devices. Right now, the things that are kicking ass are the Android ones. The Windows ones are the lower price point. let's be fair, on a lower price point, the Android ones are kind of like kicking the Windows ones' asses. And
Mhm.
it's because the fact that since it's Android and it's just app based, it sits on the device. So you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about the whole cloud shit and da da da
Mhm.
da da. The Windows ones, once you get past a certain price point below, you start messing up because there's only
Hmm.
but so much you could sacrifice before it's just not feasible anymore. And mobile processes and everything have gotten so good lately that like you got Final Fantasy 16 running on iPhone. Like
Yeah.
the Samsung's Exynos processor, which is like the Android rival for Snapdragon and everything, that one just scored higher than iPhone's processor. Like that's never been done before. Like the multi-core, single core, like speeds and everything on
Yeah.
iPhone are always higher. So like things are advancing pretty quickly on the mobile market. Not even just with the primary suppliers, but other people as well. Like mobile is going to be the thing. So I'm actually really interested to see if, because Microsoft never knows what the hell they want to do. When they tried to relaunch their phones again with the Surface, was it Neo, and the Surface whatever it was, like they weren't saying we're not doing Windows phones. They
That
launched
was
it with
another part
Android.
of Microsoft that Satya Nadella killed.
Exactly. And it was the dual screen things that was actually running on Android. So like
I would love to have
now
my
they're going to
Windows
do
phone
the.
back.
Hey, I would love to have they would need to go see what's up in Nokia again, but I would love that. But
Hmm.
it'll be interesting to see because although a lot of people do have an issue with the price point of the Jesus Christ, the Asus ROG Xbox Ally X, um,
Terrible
it
name.
is still like $300 $400 cheaper than the Legion.
Yeah.
So it's like it is expensive, but for the price point and the spec wise comparison to other companies, it is still at least $300 less, 400 depending on the market, and everything. So they are still undercutting the competition, but the people still don't want to pay that. But now with them needing to reach a plus 30% profit, they're not going to undercut their prices anymore. They're going to want to keep to maximize what the hell they want to get to reach that 30%, or not to want to, but they have to now reach that 30% profit. So
It's just
when
weird
that
that they're trying to make money off of that console, but they know that their Series X and S, they've never made a profit off of their consoles ever. And even go back to the Xbox One, the 360, and the OG Xbox, like even PlayStation, they always sell their consoles at a loss. So like, why all of a
Yep.
sudden you want to try and sell this handheld for a profit? It blows my mind.
With a 1080p screen
Investors,
still.
investors,
Right.
investors.
Yeah, it to me it's just all bad because I'm like the Rogue Ally X. Yeah, would I love to have one? Yeah, that'd be great. But I'm like $1,000. You're tripping for
Yeah.
a handheld that doesn't run the game better than my Series X that I paid $500 for. Like there's
You
no
can take it
way.
on the go.
My car needs new brakes. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I
but
can't do that.
how much is the Switch to? $500.
500. Yeah.
Right. So like I'm really confused on like a game that takes your games on the go but can also dock at home. Why is that one
Yeah.
$500? And we can go back to the original Switch when that was $300.
Yep.
Like
And I
I
think the other crazy part
think,
too is like, bro, like we're like I told everybody, I'm like when the original Switch came out, I thought personally the mid-gen refresh was not going to be an OLED bullshit. I thought the mid-gen refresh of the OG Switch was going to be a new dock. And
mhm,
with this dock, you get better shit at home. Keep the same stuff on the go, better home experience.
that
Obviously,
would
it
make
didn't
sense.
happen. Yeah, it would. Oh, but my thing is now is that with Microsoft being Microsoft and being computer-based stuff like that, this would actually be the best situation for you, in which you have a handheld because they're still running 1080p screens.
Hmm.
You're not doing anything crazy. Keep that. Run your mobile stuff, the Z2 Extreme or whatever it's running now and everything, and have it so that a lot of stuff that's like running on hand runs at. If you're not going to give me 120 or whatever, because you're giving me 1080p, like regardless. If you're not going to give me a 120 and everything, give me a solid 60 on mobile. But once I dock it, give me some 4K 120.
Yeah.
Obviously, if your monitor and stuff's able to hold it.
And also the
Yeah.
fact that like obviously it has the ability to hook up to an external GPU, which is pretty awesome. But like you're already shelling out 1,000, and then if you want to get a GPU, which is another grand, if not more,
Yep.
12, 14, $1,600, it's just like this can be a very, very, very expensive as rig.
Or make the dock not run an actual full GPU. Have it run the GPUs that are like for laptops and everything. Small, but like something to like offset the cost of the initial physical device that you're going to get. There needs to be something because like my force 470 and everything and stuff. This obviously is not going to fit in a goddamn laptop and stuff, but you can get a laptop with a 470 in it. So like run something that like that would offset the cost so when I get this physical thing I can play it and it still runs smoothly and good natively. I should not have to freaking stream or cloud bullshit. I shouldn't have to do any of that nonsense.
Right, I can already do that with this device is called an iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. So like that offset as much cost as you can to an actual docking station and be like, you know what? We'll charge you extra for the dock station, but this physical one itself, go ahead and rock it. Like I said, the Android market currently for handhelds are shitting on everything.
Yeah.
Like they are the best ones. One for $500, you're running crazy games and everything that are not even optimized and just emulated. They already said they're working on an Xbox emulation thing. We see where the market's going, but it's just I don't know, man. Fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous at this point.
Well, let's continue the ridiculousness. So on top of everything that we've been dealing with, Xbox has achieved a significant milestone, man. It's surpassing its performance goal of 14%. The CEO and other senior executives are getting a bonus for this. But one highlight is Microsoft employees will see a slight pay increase too. And I'm just like, oh yay. But I'm pretty sure the CEO is getting like I think I saw roughly about $100 million. And I'm just like, it doesn't make
Yes.
sense. It doesn't make sense. And I'm sure all the Microsoft employees got like maybe a 2% raise because of this.
With a rumor is apparently more people scheduled to be getting laid off by the
Yep.
end of first quarter next year.
Yep. As always, like clockwork at this point. More
It's
AI
insane.
jobs. So yeah, there's that. All right, that's all the Xbox news and the industry related stuff for the time being. We'll be back to Xbox news, but what is going on with Warner Brothers, Roger?
So Warner Brothers is officially up for sale, and they've already declined one offer, but they've gotten recently a private solicitation for the purchase. But that's not all. Warner Brothers Discovery is also selling off their entire game division in this sale. So that could mean everything in their catalog becomes somebody else's, which is Batman and their Detective Comic games, Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Hogwarts Legacy, and the new Lord of the Rings AAA game that's coming out.
Yeah,
As well as
A lot
Lord
of
of the
stuff,
Rings
a lot of
patents.
stuff up for sale.
it sure
Those
is.
Lord of the Rings patents, man. That Nemesis system, bro.
Yeah, that'd be insane. Whoever gets it is gonna absolutely love it,
That's
and hopefully
some
they
money
fuck.
right there.
Hopefully they unfucking copyright it. But I doubt
I'll
that
be a
that's.
landlord with that shit. Who want to use
Yeah,
it?
I want to borrow it this week. But yeah, it was just like, man, it's so crazy. But yeah, they've been being denied. Apparently, like everyone's like trying to pitch it. Like I saw, like was it Apple? Um, who else? The Comcast, I think, also did it.
Who was the one they turned down? Was that Paramount?
Yeah, I think it was Paramount, right, Roger? You just have the article.
I can't remember who they turned down. But we can move on a while and I'll look that up real quick.
Yeah, it says rejected 3 different Paramount takeover bids.
Yeah.
They tried 3 times. We want you
Yeah.
bad.
Which is quite surprising.
Yeah, so it'd be really interesting though to see who gets that, and hopefully for the better. Because honestly, Warner
What they
Brothers
do.
have so many great IPs that just been getting shitted on because of poor decision making.
You know how
Like
much money that new Harry Potter show is gonna make? Holy shit!
it's gonna make a lot, and Hogwarts 2 when that comes out is gonna make a lot of money. Like
God.
if they do the Batman games right, those can make a lot of money. Same thing with Lord of the
Mhm.
Rings. Like Shadow of War was such a good game. Or Shadow of Mordor, sorry. Shadow of War is where they dropped the fucking ball. But it's just like they could do great. But only in the right hands. All right.
Sir.
That's all the industry news we got this week. Let's go ahead and check out the gaming news. All right, kicking it off here with Xbox and kind of called it. I kind of didn't. saw it in the fucking writing for a while, but here we are, guys, at the most recent Halo. Was it the championship series? They had a little bit of like a showcase, and we got Halo campaign involved announced. This is a full-on remake from the ground up, being built on Unreal Engine 5 of the original game, and it will be coming to all platforms, including the PlayStation. Roger, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm interested in the fact that like PlayStation is going to finally get this, and there will be some people who've never played Halo playing for the first time. But I think this is the first in a long line of what will the future of Halo look like potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just tired of us remaking Halo Combat Evolved again.
This will be the fourth time.
Yep.
Yep. Because we had, well, not, this will be the fourth iteration of the game. We had the OG, the anniversary, Master Chief Collection, and now the remake. But I mean, this
Turned
will
into the last of us over here.
right. But the good thing is like this is finally a remake and not like a visual, like just an enhancement. Like they took the source code and just enhanced it. Like this is built on an entirely new engine.
Round up.
We see it, which the trailer, the 13 minutes of gameplay we got to see was the first half of the Silent Cartographer, obviously one of the greatest levels in gaming period. There were some issues that I could see in the showcase. Like you could see it popping, you could see it clipping. Like there was some frames dropping as well. So it's like I know this is like a pre-build, whatever, older build. Like it's probably well far along. But it's just like if you wanted to like make a first impression on those PlayStation
Wasn't
gamers, that was not it at all. Like you didn't really do your brand any service. Like your game, your the Halo brand has already been in turmoil for so long now, since 343 or my bad, Halo Studios has taken over. It's just it's interesting, but like you said, I do see that this being a long line of how they're going to do things moving forward. Like I think they are going to be remaking like at least the trilogy, the first three games. Whether they do
Why make something new when we can sell you something you've already bought 100 times?
Whether they do it with ODST and Reach, and then 4 and 5 will but I do see them remaking Halo 1, 2, and 3. But I also think that they're going to do the whole like we're going to remake 1, but then we're going to give you a new game. We're going to remake 2, we're going to give you a new game. Like I feel like they're going to do that back and forth game.
I don't think so.
We're already
That's
seeing
too
it with
quick.
Gears. We're doing it with Gears. We got Gears of War Reloaded, and now we're getting Gears of War E-Day next year. Why not?
I don't know. I don't.
And it doesn't have to be every year
go ahead.
either. It doesn't have to alternate every year. But like in order of like release dates, they're going to give us Halo 1 remake, and then a couple years down the road we're going to get Halo whatever, and then Halo 2 in a couple years after that, and then Halo whatever, and then like I still think that they can make they can make spin-offs of Halo. Like we have talked about this over and over. I've listened to in podcasts over and over. Like it doesn't have to be a Master Chief story. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Give us something
and
new.
I get it. I kind of like the idea of here's a remake, here's a new one, if it was the right franchise. Like I like the idea. So like if it was like a Final Fantasy, how like they're doing it, I like that. Like give me like a Final Fantasy 10 remake and then new Final Fantasy. Like I like that if it was right. My issue with it being one coming from Xbox, two it being Halo, is the fact that from what we hear, Gears Reloaded did not hit the sales that they thought it was going to hit on other platforms. It was lackluster. And it's also because, granted, Gears 1 is legendary for what it was at its time. Gears 2 was the one that, story-wise at least, was the one that was like, oh shit. Like, the stuff that happens in there, Maria and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that was the oh shit moment and everything. That aside, Halo is not the game that you pitch to others who don't have time invested in it already. Like
Halo is also like one, just like Gears is like the second one is really what took off altogether.
Yeah, the dual SMGs and shit. Yeah, like,
the story mode, like the introduction of basically like online play with launching with Xbox Live, like that was the one that transcended the franchise. Like, don't get me wrong, Halo 1 is what kept Xbox even relevant to begin with. Like
The
didn't
other
fucking hold.
thing I think you're sleeping on is the value that Combat Evolved actually did for computer gaming.
Hmm.
Like Combat Evolved was huge. It was online. It was large and in charge, but it was on PC.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
don't get it messed up too. That port was made by Gearbox, if I'm not mistaken, which is a fun
Yeah.
fact there.
Yeah, I think my issue with it is just the fact that like you are right. Yes, Halo 2 was the one that the issue is in order to get to that one, this has to sell enough to warrant them even wanting to make that.
Right.
And although I think the engagement will be there as a oh shit, like here we go, dude, we're playing this again, people are forgetting that it's like, yo, time's just moving.
Ma-
And right now, people are trying to get everything they can out. Like I earlier we were talking about like arc raiders and everything and stuff. A lot of these games that are in that whole extraction shooter shit are pushing content as much as they can right now. We just got all this information for from the developers that do the Division, all the new updates that are coming. Everyone's trying to get all their stuff out now. We're already hearing Sony's about to put their hand right on Bungie's neck and everything, and like you're doing this now. Like
Yeah.
we're hearing all this stuff of all these looter shooters and extraction shooters and everything. Dude, I'm in the middle of a conversation, puppy. Okay, love you. Okay, okay, Spider Man. Okay, sorry about that. But like these companies that are in that realm are like kind of bricks a little. Next year, we're still getting GTA. Everyone knows no game selling once that drops.
Right.
Like, obviously, you know, over
Call of Duty.
exaggeration, but like, yeah,
It'll be two games
but
to sell
like
next year.
a lot of things are stopping once that game comes out. I don't think I'm going to put any game that I'm currently looking at down to replay Halo 1. So one release window is going to be huge on this game. Two, it's called Halo Combat Evolved Campaign. Campaign.
Yeah, campaign only. Yep.
You can only play with your friends online that are going to be, you know, on campaign only. There's no multiplayer, none of that nonsense, which also makes not nonsense in the bad, but you know what I'm saying. But that also makes it more interesting because although campaign is coming to PlayStation and everything and stuff like that, does multiplayer now come over? That I don't know,
I doubt it.
but yeah, that well, shit, I don't doubt shit anymore, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
get you, but I doubt. I think that like that's one of their next projects that they're coming out with is like that.
Mhm.
What you're I'm talking about how like Halo Championship Series is ceasing to exist, and that's for a
Yes.
reason because like they're stopping the content rollout for Infinite right now, and they don't want to keep playing on a platform that's no longer supported per se. So like they know that there's a new multiplayer game. Like I heard like it's going to be a standalone multiplayer just game, and
Mhm.
that's going to be the future of Halo's multiplayer. That will then come to PlayStation 5
Yes.
and all the platforms. I think that's the long term thing is to get people, hey, check out play the campaign for the first time. Mind you, what I think is going to be a really big selling point, which to me I'm already excited, is like those 3 prequel missions that you're going to be able to play. Never before seen, never before played. Like it's you and Sergeant Johnson going on these 3 missions that take place before the beginning of the game, and you're just like, that's good. That you gave me a reason now to invest into a game that I played thousands upon thousands of times on Legendary. Like I've done it. Roger, me and you have invested bajillions of hours into Halo 1 and Halo 2 on your modded Xbox that you had back in the day. Like like now you're going to give me a reason to go back to it. I don't care about the multiplayer. Like Halo is Halo, and if I want to play multiplayer, I got Infinite, I got Master Chief Collection, and they're all on Game Pass. So like I'm good.
100%. Yeah. I just think that my thing is that now when you're selling it to a PlayStation crowd, I don't know if that's gonna push them. Like when we saw the ABK acquisition and everything, and we saw just what people are actually playing on Sony because they wanted to stick their nose and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They're not playing games that are going to lean them towards Halo. Not saying that it's not going to sell because again, we saw what Oblivion Remaster did and everything and stuff like that. But again, we're talking about Oblivion Remastered. That's a
Yeah.
little different and everything. And not to say that Halo as a franchise isn't on the same tier because it once was, I believe.
Mhm.
I'd like to argue and everything. At least it once was. Currently, nah. But I don't know if it's going to sell well to them. And my thing is, like, I would love to get to a Halo 2 and a Halo 3,
Same,
specifically Halo 3.
same.
But I just don't know if this doesn't hit the sales, if they'll even green like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Depending, obviously, how much it's going to cost. Because for a Halo 2, you could just completely hit a Ubisoft, reuse all resources, and you
And
just
like
make
the
Halo
thing
3.
is, they're so worried about sales. Microsoft is like, our sales numbers, but it's like, guys,
Yeah.
you literally bought all this stuff for Game Pass to succeed, and now you're like, but sales.
Right. Which one do you want? Which one do you want, bro?
Like,
Like they've already
Because
hit a
my thing is,
plateau
like,
with Game Pass. Like Game Pass is going to like not expand dramatically like it did. Like it's already
yeah.
hit that plateau. It's just going to
Mhm.
gradually increase now. But that's also
Yep.
probably why they're like back to sales, because we already got our where we're at with Game Pass. We're going to just keep them
Mhm.
along the line, even though they probably lost a shit ton with raising the prices of Game Pass. But yeah.
Yep.
But speaking about price hikes, they issued another price hike, but not necessarily to us, but for the developer kits. They are going from $1,500 to $2,000, a 33% increase for some reason. This is the prices
Fuck
increase are
you, that's
likely in
why.
response to the tariffs on the imports from China, which are currently at a 30% increase. But it also got to factor in is like the dev kits actually use a 40 gigabyte DDR6 memory compared to the 16 gigabytes that are on the base console of the Series X. So there's a lot more and way better, bigger parts in the dev kit for some reason.
That
But
damn
yeah.
Call of Duty, man. I say,
Yeah.
just gonna blame Call of Duty for everything now.
Yeah, and like I give Roger his flowers, man. Like he was the one saying like this is going to be really bad in the end of the day, and I'm over here like no, it's going to be great. Like they're going to fix everything, and clearly it was a fucking mirage. It was a fucking fake ass show that they were putting on, because everything that they said that they weren't going to do during the FTC
They
trial, they have
fucking did
done.
it.
They ended
They
up doing it.
fucking did it. PlayStation sitting out here, you're like, PlayStation's the bad guy, and PlayStation goes,
They
no,
still are the
man,
bad guys.
we do that, they're gonna do it. And Microsoft's like, no, we're better than that. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all right, let's talk about acquisition that I thought has done really well. It hasn't really impacted us in a negative way now is with the Bethesda buyout, but they did have a Fallout Day, and Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition got announced. I didn't know we needed this, but here it's
You did
coming.
not.
It's coming out
Oh,
November
Lordy,
10th.
it's coming.
It's to PC, PS5, Xbox Series, and I believe the Switch 2. Yeah, sometime next year. So this will be the first time it's ever been available on a Nintendo console. So that's exciting. And then we also got a Fallout New Vegas Anniversary bundle. This one's slightly different because this one's like only on PC. It came out 3 days. Pre-order were 3 days ago. You get a Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition PC code, a 8-inch Victor statue, some evaluation cards, Vault Boy enamel pin, Mojave Express patch, the NCR Recon patch, and a collector's big box. So a lot of collector's stuff going on there, but why did they only bring that to PC is a good question. Why not offer this in the other?
Fuck you on console, man.
Yeah, fuck everybody. Like if they made the
I'll be
Xbox
honest.
version, I might have thought about buying it, but fuck you.
All those cool little trinkets they could have just sold
Separately.
a special. No, just sold a special edition 4K Blu-ray of season 1 of fucking Fallout
Right.
from Amazon Prime and just give you all that shit. I would have bought it down. I'm like,
Right.
season 1 with all that shit, man. Like,
Cool. Now I can have a reason, and make sure you include the steelbook of the Blu-ray because I need it.
real shit, yeah.
But yeah, so we
Oh,
got
man.
that. And then as for games, man, I just wanted to highlight they had their triple punch. They came out swinging here with 3 big games and smaller games per se. You had Keeper, then you had Ninja Gaiden 4, and then Outer Worlds 2, which comes out tomorrow, Tuesday, officially.
If you have
It's out right
now.
it's out right now. But just wanted to highlight them because they were actually some solid releases. So for Keeper, they were sitting at a Metacritic of 80, OpenCritic 84. Ninja Gaiden 4 it has also been getting solid reviews, sitting at a 83 Metacritic, 83 Open. And then also for Outer Worlds 2, they're also sitting in the 80s, I believe. Yeah, 80 OpenCritic, 85 Metacritic. So these are some solid fucking bangers for the year. That a lot of them are just going to, like, I feel like Keeper and Ninja Gaiden are not going to get played as much as I think that they deserve to. But
Yeah.
it's just like we talk about it all the time. Like, there's just so much to play at all times, and then your backlog just, just becomes this long, endless list of games that you may or
Yeah.
may not ever get to, and you just have to like figure out which ones that you genuinely want to play, and it's going to be becoming the biggest point, and then try to keep up with live service games. Good luck.
I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, fuck that. You're just spending money for absolutely no reason. But yeah, just wanted to give them a quick shout out because like we always talk bad about, oh, this game did bad, this game did bad, this game did bad. This one all right. These ones actually did fucking good the last few weeks. October release for Xbox, solid games. Can't wait to play them all. But real quick for hardware, they did want to reassure that they are committing to hardware, even though all the rumors are saying otherwise. Like, obviously, we've been seeing the consoles being pulled out of like Costco's and Sam's. A lot of people's Walmart and Targets are being fucking just wiped out of consoles and games and stuff like that. But yeah, they have a 10-year agreement like lined up with AMD for consoles. Yeah.
Quick thing to add. Question. With especially hardware we are seeing getting wiped from certain places, not saying that they will be targeting the same price point, but do you think they'll be targeting a similar price point for the handheld? Because they'll be like, hey, buy this new thing. And people are like, why would I buy that when I could just buy this for like the same
Right.
goddamn price? Do you think that's a possibility? Because I mean, it would only make sense if you have something that would be competitive with that, and it be competitive at the same price point as well.
Mhm.
Remove the old shit, put the new stuff because we want the new stuff to sell more.
Right.
Obviously,
It just, I really think it depends on like their handheld, like their one, the one that's coming from Microsoft. Like, what
yes.
level of power is this going to be? Is this going to be like the Legion Go? Is it going to be like the Asus Rogue Ally, or is it going to be like more along the lines of like a Switch or Switch 2 like power? Because
I,
that's going to be
I
dramatically shift the price, and then like it also plays an effect because we know that they're doing a two SKU approach again, and I think like that the cheaper one is going to be the handheld that you can dock and play. So
yes,
that'll be your Series S that you could take on the go. Like it doesn't have to have the best fucking performance. It can run at 1080p or 1440p on when it's docked or whatever, and run at 1080p on the handheld. But then your series, your fucking power hold box that sits at home, I think you're probably looking at like $1,200 or $1,300 for that one. Like, they're
do
already
you
talking about
think
like
that
it's supposed to be a premium console. Like, they just came out and said the next
yes,
console is going to be like this ultra super high
groundbreaking
end,
hardware
groundbreaking hardware, premium, and I'm like, oh boy, like that shit's
I'm
really
just
gonna
seeing
break my
dollar
fucking
signs.
bank. Yeah, like I'm gonna have to get it, but it's just like,
Yeah. Do you think
fuck,
that that premium nonsense or whatever, do you think that actually would also be the dock?
that'd be
Do you think
crazy.
they'll try and be slick? Because like you know how we talked about like plugging in a handheld into like a separate rig and that rig, like still costing some money. Do you think that they'll just be like, fuck it, make the actual console the
That'd be too
GPU that you
dramatically
will
of a
plug
change
into?
for them. I think that would be a Nintendo kind of change. Like, let's
Yeah.
shake the whole fucking thing up and do something completely different, where they don't expect it at all. Like, no one, no one,
Yeah.
no one thought about the Switch. Like, we literally went from the Wii to the Wii U, and then we got the Switch. We're like, whoa, like this is what the Wii U
The
should have
fuck is
been.
this?
Yeah, like this is what the Wii U should have been. What the fuck did we get before? And then the Switch, here we are, one of the greatest consoles sold of all time. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I really think it comes down to what kind of power we're going to be getting out of the handheld, and like you said, if what kind of dock are we getting? Are we getting a Nintendo Switch dock that does absolutely nothing to enhance the fucking power of the console, or is it going to be like those legitimate docks, like the one dock you were showing me that you bought from Amazon, like it can help enhance, or you
Oh
can,
yes.
like that one was pretty dope. But like you said, or like, do they
Somewhere
take
over
the
there.
pro? They take the like. I see them trying to advertise like hooking up the external GPUs. Like, I see them
Well,
taking
that's
that
what I'm
approach.
saying.
Like, I
Like
don't know. It's like they
if
want you to
if
be able
you
to
hook
modify your shit at any time. Like, they want to be like a PC, but like make it super simplified, and that would be
yeah.
great.
It would, and I think that them doing the full screen Xbox for the Ally X is the step towards that. The only issue is it's still Windows. Like you were saying earlier and
Yeah.
everything and stuff. Because like I know it's like for especially for S2 Dub, like it's like an inside joke that I always crack on them. Yeah, I got a PC, I game on it. shore sometimes and stuff like that. But I always like crack jokes to them, and I'm like, "Hey guys, you ready to play?" Like, "Yeah, give me 1 second." And everything. I'm like, "Oh, what happened? Your shaders loading
Yeah,
up?"
you gotta shade. I do the same thing with Roger all the time. Like, oh, you gotta load his shaders, boys.
And it's a funny thing because like PC people have gotten to the point that like it's like the norm for certain things. Oh, an update happened, this happens and everything, and then you're cool. But like for me, switching from like console to PC, I'm like, why the fuck can't I just play right now? And then I
Right.
go start a match and everything, and they're like, hey, your shaders aren't loaded. It's not going to be running proper. And I'm like, then you still load it up. You're like, let's see how it looks. And you're like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, the game's not even. It looks like when PUBG first came out and like all the buildings were
Yeah.
fucking clay.
Booted up Black Ops 6 and I'm playing Minecraft. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think a lot of it will also like boil down to just one, like you said, the full on power of the handheld. But I think it's also going to go into how they're going to be running it, because if I have to once again hit a button to
Mhm.
check for update, I was trying to like watch a video the other day and literally no audio was coming out of my speakers, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And there was an update for my sound card and nothing was
Yeah, when I got to
nothing
start
out
worrying
of my
about updates and drivers and this and that's, like you're overcomplicating something for the average consumer who doesn't know a lot about tech is going to be the biggest
yeah,
part. Like us three, we can navigate the PC for the most part with no problems. Like we can figure
yeah,
it out. Like a lot of people can't. Like
yeah,
they just want to boot up. They want to come home. They don't want to go work 10-hour shifts and come home and this becomes a job because they have to fucking fix the shit before they can play the shit. And by the time they fix it, they're like, I'm going to bed. Like I'm good. Like no
yeah,
one wants that. I just want to come home, sit on the couch, boot up the game, play the game. That's it.
yeah. And that's going to be their biggest
But like you
fight right
said,
there.
that's the issue right now with the handhelds. Is like, granted, the full screen experience has been trying to help with that and minimize what you have to do. But like, if you want to download launchers, like you got to like boot up Windows 11, download the launchers, and then respring the shit, and then relaunch it, and then it's there. And I'm like, why is it just not there to begin with? Like, why is there not an easier process to do this?
And this is why the Steam Deck just shits on the competition.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, SteamOS
this
is
is
definitely where it's at.
like that's wild because they just said, "Hey, listen, you know what? Fuck all the other stuff. Just buy your games on Steam. Guess what? You're only running on our thing. If you want to do that stuff, sideload it, do it on your own time. But you boot
Mhm,
this shit up, it's just here. Like navigation is just more simple. But like I said, that's going to be their biggest issue: simplicity
for sure.
for the common person.
All right, let's get through the rest of these topics. I know we're getting into our hour and a half mark already, but this was just such a big and important episode that we had to talk about. But just real quick, Game Pass man is getting some two big heavy hitters. I think. First off, Pacific Drive came out 3 days ago. This is a PS5 PC exclusive for at least a year. This is like that driving horror game. I've been contemplating buying it. Apparently, this is like one of those really good indie games that released on the PS5, and I'm glad I held off on buying it because now it's coming to Xbox. So or it came to Xbox on Game Pass, and I get to play it. The other one is 1000X Resist. Comes out on the 4th of November. I remember hearing and seeing this game a lot during the Game Awards last year, and I'm really curious to check it out and see how it really plays. But it's cool to see like one of those heavy hitters that were everybody was talking about that wasn't on Xbox. It's officially coming to Xbox, and it's coming to Game Pass the day it releases as well. So big shout out to that. But yeah, man, it's all the Xbox news I got for you guys this week. Roger, what's going on with Nintendo?
The Nintendo is adding, well, really honestly, not much other than their games that have come out already. But services Nintendo Switch Online adds the original Luigi's Mansion on the 30th of this month. And they're getting an update to Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, which is new packs and a new card decks update. So, Vic, you're the Pocket player. Why don't you talk about it?
Hell yeah, man! So the new packs is like the new set that's coming out. This is the year 2 of packs. We're ending the first year of Pokemon TCG with the EX pack that there was a lot of fucking controversy which we're going to talk about here in a second. But yeah, man, this is the new one, and this one's going to include the like mega evolutions, which is really big right now in the physical fucking cards of Pokemon TCG. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's another 3-pack set, just like the first set that dropped when the game first came out, which was also a 3-pack set. So it'd be pretty awesome to check out. And that one comes out, I think, on like the first. Oh no, available on Thursday, October 30th. So when the EX event is over, the new one kicks off, and the pack is called Mega Rising. So really looking forward to that. But I was stressing about like with the new fucking the set that we're in right now, the EX one. Like it's a collection of cards that have came out throughout the year. So if I pulled a card, it was not adding it to my set that it's really from. It was like adding it to its own set, and I'm like, well, what's the point of this? I'm pulling cards that I've already pulled and not getting like anything out of it, or it's like I'm missing 3 cards from one set and I finally pull it in this set,
But it's in the wrong thing.
it doesn't count. It doesn't count at all, even though it's the same exact card. It doesn't count, and I'm just like, no, that doesn't make sense. But they're going back on it. They're listening to the community. It's just going to take them a really long time because the update is not coming until after the summer of 2026 for some dumbass reason. Don't know why it's taken that long. But it says when you obtain a card that appears in multiple booster packs, it will be registered in the card decks for all corresponding booster packs. Cards you have already obtained, including any cards collected from the Deluxe Pack EX, will automatically be registered in every applicable. Jesus, I hate that word. Card decks retroactively.
Applicable.
Yeah, this card decks update, along with related UI improvements, is planned for release after summer of 2026. I'm like, that's a long ass time for an update like that. I don't know why you can't just push that bitch out right now. But okay, cool. But yeah, man, finally some more content. They've actually been hitting it really well. Like there's been a lot of events and challenges and missions and just a lot of cool things going on in Pokemon TCG Pocket, I should say. Pokemon TCG in general is fucking booming like nobody's business, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. But yeah, man, that's all the Nintendo news. Let's talk about Ubisoft, man. This one was really exciting here. The Crew Motorfest, they had like their big like live stream event, like what's coming soon with the game, and they announced the Friends Pass is coming out on the 5th. So it's kind of like what Hazelight does, where one person buys a game, I can invite some other friends to come play the game with me, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty dope. So I might have to give that one a go and check it out. See if anybody wants to give that game a go, especially if you're fans of like the Forza Horizon series. Like this is like a direct competitor to that game. Like it's not like that true racing sim like Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo. Like this is that arcade style of fun. So we got that, and then with that they released their roadmap. So the Crew 2 is getting its hybrid mode, which is available now. That was the like offline mode. So because they were taking the servers down soon, you're still going to be able to play the game. Yeah, they were getting hit hard. They're like, fuck it, all right, here, take it, damn. But yeah, so it's the season 8. It'll be Steam Deck verified, Friends Pass. You get stance and branded rims, ranked grand races, and some new playlists and much more. Season 9, they're bringing on like full on NASCAR is coming to the game. So if anybody remembers playing the NASCAR games from the PS2 era, like you're going to be able to kind of relive that in this game. So shout out to that. You got Track Forge and RC cars, which looks really cool. That reminds me of the old RC car racer I used to play back on like the PS1, maybe PS2 days. So new Playground Island is also coming, and then season 10 has yet to be revealed, but that is supposed to be coming out on July 1st. So yeah, a lot is cooking for this game. It's always been a game that I've wanted to hop in. Like I bought it, but didn't really play it. It just didn't fit into my like rotation of games, but maybe I'll check it out. But it's gonna be hard, man. We got Forza Horizon 6 next year. But
in Japan, right?
Yeah, that game is going, I think, going to be really good. Really good.
Hell yeah.
I think that game's going to be a looker too. Like it's going to be like, damn, I can't wait to take photo mode in this shit.
Hit a drift, ride a pile of cherry blossoms, a bunch.
It's gonna be crazy. Oh shit! But just a quick update for Splinter Cell remake. It has once again lost its game director. I think this is like the second, maybe third time already. It's just like, how do you fumble an IP that is like a layup? Like it's there. Like everybody
like,
wants it.
Hire me.
Like Ubisoft, like has been putting out a lot of dog shit. And this is what people have been wanting. Like, we want Splinter Cell. Give us Splinter Cell. Give us the old Splinter Cell. We don't even give a fuck. Remake it, bring it back, give it to us. No, we're good. We'll
They're
put Sam
overthinking
Fisher
it,
in
man.
Rainbow Six Siege. Oh, you want him? We'll put him in Ghost Recon for you. Oh, you want him? We'll make you an
Twice.
anime. We're going to give you an anime, but we're not going to give you the game.
Don't forget also their novel that's not canon about his daughter Sarah.
Jesus. Like
You can
giving
pick it up on
you
Audible.
everything but the fucking game. But Roger,
Dude,
Roger, what's your thoughts on Sam Fisher fumbling here?
Honestly, I forgot Ubisoft was a studio at this point. That's what it feels like. Like, do they actually exist, or they're just to like, I don't know, give the illusion that there's some competition in the industry? Like, is Microsoft just propping them up behind the scenes? Just be like, yeah, there's competition, guys. We bought everyone, but there's competition.
Well, maybe because they had the boast. Well, we increase your Game Pass by 50%, but we're going to include Ubisoft classics.
this pisses me off, man. Like, hire me, all right? For the love of God, hire me. I will do that game very, very good. All right, you're talking to someone who still remembers the very beginning of that game. You know, like just the whole tutorial of that game was just amazing. Having to, squeeze through the cracks of a wall, do the whole split up in a wall and everything, step on
Man,
the glass while
we're
crouching,
still
go
stepping through the
trains.
cracks in the wall.
Yeah, like you guys are overthinking it. Like the voice acting isn't even that difficult. Like it, everything, it's a
It
remake. This
doesn't
game is
need to
trying.
like define anything. Like, it doesn't need to be some big amazing thing. It just needs to do what people are looking for, and that is the game itself.
That espionage like shooter is what people have been wanting for so long because there was none. But now we're getting like fucking Metal Gear's back, and what was the other one that just fucking came back out too? There was another one too, but it's just like there was none, and now there's going to be all of them all at the same time.
My thing is that it's like you're overthinking it. Please, just I would be happy with a simple one-to-one remake.
Yeah,
Just it make the visuals better.
just
Like,
just give us a
when
remaster then. At that point,
hey, listen, just make it one-to-one. All right, like you don't have to do much with that game. Like it's not a difficult. The game's not even that long. That's what pisses me off. The game's not even long.
Right.
Like they're just trying to figure out ways to just to monetize it. That's all they're doing.
I'm sure there's going to be a cash shop in it.
Yeah, like this. I promise you, that's the main thing that you're doing. They're trying to squeeze a multiplayer in that shit somehow, so like they can just. I'm like, dude, no, like it's just.
They're going to squeeze in that
merchant.
same. You're about to say they're going to squeeze in the same game mode from Watch Dogs Legion. You can hack my game and find me and whatever. Like, okay, it's going to be a reverse.
You mean Sniper Elite?
Yeah, Sniper Elite.
Yes.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what we're getting. But nonetheless, let's push this forward here. I got one more topic here from Ubisoft, and it's Assassin's Creed. First up was Shadows. It's getting its release on the Nintendo Switch on December 2nd, so shout out to that. But there was one topic that's been floating around I just wanted to get you guys' insight or thoughts on was the cancellation of the Assassin's Creed game that was supposed to come after Shadows. It was set like a little bit after the Civil War. It was about like you played as like a black slave and like you were hunting down the members of the KKK, and they were like, maybe we shouldn't release this game in the political nature that the world is in right now. But Paul, I know you're a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Like, what was your take on this cancellation of this so-called rumored reported game that was in development?
It was dumb. Like you guys literally like, did they forget their DLC for Black Flag?
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys clearly forgot that, right? And DLC for like what was it? Assassin's Creed 3. Like you guys have touched on this topic before and everything and stuff. We also had Mafia 3. Like there's nothing in this world that you could be like, that's going to be too sensitive when killing
It's not
the
no Russian.
wrongdoers. Yeah, like you're giving the power to somebody to kill the wrongdoers. Like, fuck it. Like that's a good thing in my book. Like, let me do it. Like,
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, the KKK, the Templars, what's the difference?
line them up, mow them down. Like it's dumb. Like now, granted, if they canceled it because they were like, you know what, this is pushing too far up into modern day in which we need to have certain mechanics in the game that we just don't want to add currently, and that's a BS argument they want to add, cool. But if your argument is, yo, like this is too sensitive, who are you trying not to offend?
Right.
Like that's where like where I'm looking at, I'm like, you're trying not to offend the wrong ones? Like, fuck it, bro. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Like now, granted, unless they were trying to say that the KKK were the Templars, then I can understand with the whole
Mhm.
Templars with the Christian background. I can understand if that's the route that they're thinking. Still, nah, bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm calling BS on it. Like,
Yeah, I'm with you. Roger, what's your thought on this? Would you have liked to play this game? Do you think it would have really been that bad?
I think it's trying a little too hard to be controversial. That's it. Like Assassin's Creed, it was all about the Templars and the Knights Templar. It was about following somebody trying to uncover the modern day Knights Templar, and then Ubisoft was like, "What if we take a just like a straight beeline right now and just fuck that story?" Like they're remaking the game and they're removing the out of Abstergo items, so it's like
Hmm.
I'm already lost on Assassin's Creed. Like it was supposed to have some really good story that ties it to near modern or modern day, and then
Hmm.
they just gave up on it.
Yeah. Apparently, that
yep.
was the weakest part of the game. Like a lot of people hated that, which I loved. I loved the tie-in. Like you're in the Animus. Like I
Are they?
love the concept. Like you were in the Animus, going back in time and basically reliving history and like finding out like what really happened and stuff like that. Like that was such a cool
Or
concept.
like you were getting all of these like things that now these memories were implanted in you so that you were able to actually do those things in the real world. Like became
Yeah.
second nature. It was a really cool idea, and they were like, like we don't want to explore the Illuminati, that's just going to get us in trouble.
Yeah, see, and
Yeah.
I like your thought process on that too, because like I didn't even think about like yeah, if you go on the thought like train of like they are trying too hard to just be controversial, then yes, like I agree with you on that point. By all means, then just can't if your whole point of it is to invoke those hard emotions and that's your only point, like it's not to tell a good story, then yeah, pull back on it, reel it back, cancel that shit. But you are right, yeah, because my whole thing is I loved the modern day aspect of it. The whole thing that made it cool was like, hey, let's try to take the story of Matrix and like shake it up some and everything and
Hmm.
stuff. All right, cool. Jack you into a machine and everything, and like if this is like Mega Man and shit like that, put you in a machine. Let's get this going. And the first one was great. Of course, like you said, he does stuff in the game, awakens it in real life and everything. He gets his eagle vision later on in Brotherhood and Revelations and everything in modern day. His parkour is increased and everything in the game. That shit was awesome. And then we lost Desmond. And that shit went downhill. Now, what I will say is, with Valhalla's modern day, that actually kind of fixed it. But I kind of feel like it was too little too late.
Yeah.
Because what they did with the modern day story and everything, I'm like, I was losing my shit. I was like, holy fuck, they did it. Some genius in the back and everything found a way to give us what we missed, kind of connect it to now, and
Yeah.
give us some cool shit we can continue with. And then what did they do with the very next game, which was Mirage? No modern
Throw it
day
out the fucking
whatsoever.
window.
Yeah.
I was like, no,
No,
you
but but
fucktard.
but here's your Saudi Arabia DLC.
Yeah,
After Saudi Arabia buys them out. No,
yeah,
no correlation at all, right?
at all.
Okay.
Of course not.
Yeah. Fucking weird.
Freestyle the DLC
But
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, this definitely
We're gonna
stemmed
fix the
off.
parkour system like 4 years after the game came out. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. But I think a lot of it had to deal with like the character just being black. Like they were dealing with the struggling of like making how not making Yasuke, like having Yasuke in shadows. That was like one of the biggest issues, like, oh no, he's black. How dare we play him as a black character? And I'm like, what like that was real thing. Why are we tripping about it? Like that really happened. But besides, like this is still a video game. It's when it boots up, it says this is it could be resembling real shit, but it's still a fictional story at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
that was also just people just being extra emotional because we're talking about Assassin's Creed where Jack the Ripper was actually an apprentice to Jacob Fry and said, "Hey,
Hmm.
I'm done with this assassin shit," and went and become a serial killer. Like people were looking for something to be mad at. Like
Yeah, they
Roger,
were.
I know you said like you talked about like the the warrior games and everything and stuff like that. That like you said like you like to play. The last one I played was like it was a free game on one of Xbox back when they did the free games for gold. It was like Warriors Orochi like 3 or some shit like that. So like in games like that and everything, Yasuke's been in games like those. Like we was it Samurai Warrior 5, I think it was that he was just in. So like he's been in this stuff, and like people were just looking for something
Yeah.
to be mad at, and I feel like they could have just said, "Fuck you, you're gonna be mad, let's do it." But at the same
And
time,
let's just also just take a moment to remember that Yasuke was in Japan because he was a black man in the service of an Italian Jesuit, Alessandro Villano.
Yeah.
And so like this guy literally was like
He was a slave.
working.
He was more or
I
less a
don't know if he was
slave.
actually, yeah. I don't know if he was indebted or if he was just serving him or if he was actually a slave, but he ended up in Japan. And like they're like, oh, we can't talk about slavery. That all ties into the whole like re-education campaign that's going on in the US, that like their slavery, we can't talk about it. Like it happened, dude.
yeah,
If we don't talk about it, we're gonna end up in the same position again. We gotta talk about Nazis because we don't want Nazis to happen. Shit. We stopped talking about Nazis. Look what happens.
Yeah. And mind you, they still make those games called Wolfenstein.
yeah.
About killing Nazis. The only good Nazi is a dead Nazi.
Yeah. All right, let's push it along here, Roger, with EA news.
Yeah, so Battlefield 6 is now sending notices to players who have started to recreate other maps or use assets from other video games in the map creator. They're like, hey guys, you can't do this. Like, we get in trouble if you start using their shit in our game. So
How dare you make shipment in our game?
how dare you recreate something from our direct competitor? Because now we're in trouble. And I get it. Like EA is like, hey man, I don't want to go have to fight Microsoft. Like I really don't
We're
want
going to lose, clearly.
This is not a fight I want to have, and like you're gonna put us there, so we have to like tell you to stop or ban you.
Yeah, Fortnite went through the same shit. I remember, like people like when they came out, the Fortnite creator, whatever the fuck it's called, in there, everyone like immediately made Nuketown and shipment, and they were like,
GTA did
yeah,
it with the
like
as
no, we
well.
can't do that.
Stop. That's gonna get us in trouble.
And the thing is, they actually got cease and desist letters from Activision Blizzard at that time. They're like, yeah, no, get that shit off of there.
Moving on here, Riot Games had an interesting announcement or leak, but they have an unannounced FPS game in the works that's set in the Valorant universe. So as we know, like anyone who's played Valorant has seen, like in between each act, you've got these videos, these sort of story videos that are 2, 3, 4 minutes long that kind of tie the story of Valorant together. Like when we went to the underwater map, you know, we saw that it was, you know, this whole underwater area is created by some relic. You know, things are happening in the world and these people are trying to fight and somebody out there who's trying to destroy the world. And so it's really cool to see that they're now using that world and potentially making a first person shooter game that isn't a reskin of a CS:GO.
Yeah, it'd be pretty dope to play like an actual like story driven Valorant game.
I would play the crap out of it. I thought the Valorant universe characters really cool and stuff. It's just not a game that I want to sit there and play. Like I don't want to play live or service games a lot.
Yeah, I hear you.
Talking about live service games though, Marvel Rivals, the direct competitor to Overwatch, is now releasing Halloween events, and they had Marvel Zombies. It came out on the 23rd this month, and it is a PvE game mode where you throw a squad into a relentless fight for survival against endless waves of the undead. It's a 4-person game instead of 5. I think it is, yes. So it's a 4-person versus AI game mode, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it almost had me like, oh shit, do I download Marvel Rivals again? Because I would play
just
that
for Halloween.
Yeah,
same.
it.
Is it a limited time mode or is it a actual like thing that's staying?
Limited time mode, I believe.
Because like it would make sense like if it stayed because like they just released season 2 of Marvel Zombies on Disney Plus. Let's see, Marvel Rivals, zombie mode. Let's see.
The limited time event mode will run until November 14th.
Damn. Maybe it's something
So-
that they keep around though. Especially if it
Yeah.
if it sticks like a lot, like it's received really well. I can see them like, hey, it's staying.
Oh, and not only keep it in that mode, like it could easily become Marvel Rivals, just like a co-op versus AI in general. Like you could literally cut certain characters out of the actual game for that event, and you literally play as them because they're a fucking villain. Like literally tons of these villains have hordes of allies or hordes of monsters that work for them. Like there was a whole vampire storyline that had a ton of just regular people turn into vampires. Guess I gotta beat their face in.
Yeah, I mean,
They
look
could
at
do a
fucking like
Christmas event.
Thanos'
You
army.
could fight frost giants. Do some
Yeah.
cool shit for Christmas.
Yeah, that'd be dope. But 2 more updates real quick in our news before we close out this week's episode. A game that also came out of left field and another parody game called Escape from Duckov. It's a parody game of it's called Escape from Tarkov, obviously, and it's been crushing it. My God, is it? It has eclipsed more than 550,000 peak concurrent players on Steam. This is a new PvE top-down shooter from Team Soda that released back on October 16th. And it's just been kicking ass, man. It's available for $15 right now. It'll go back up to $18 on the 30th because it's on a 12% discount. And I could see this game being a game we talk about in a couple of months too at the Game Awards. Interesting enough.
Gotta love when the indie games do this shit, man. You gotta love it.
No one saw that coming,
At all. And they made bank.
But let's talk about something that we, it's kind of pretty regular now at this point. And No Man's Sky had another massive update called No Man's Sky Breach. With this one, you got a Breach Expedition, Space Wrecks, which are kind of like shipwrecks, like pirate themed, Prime System Exploration, Salvage Ship Parts, Survive Gas Giants, Atlas Corvettes, which are massive ships. People were building like the Star Destroyers from like Star Wars and shit. There's infestations now. There's ghost starships, new base parts, improved shipbuilding and salvaging. Another big massive update for free. Here you go. Go have fun.
The apology that never ends, man.
Never. And they got another massive game right behind it while still supporting it the way that they are. I just don't know how they do it at this point. But that is all the gaming news we got this week. Any last closing remarks before we end this episode, guys?
Go play Ninja Gaiden, bro.
Enjoy the games as they come out. Tis the
best you
season
can.
to be gaming.
Of course, we do want to thank everyone who came through and checked us out live here on Twitch, and anyone does check us out later on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. But Roger, where can the community find you at?
On Discord, you can find me there on our Discord, especially.
And what about you, Paul?
Well, it's your man Inhuman Line. You can find me on all your various social media networks at Inhuman Line. That's INHUMANLINE. Yes, I've rehearsed that many times.
Just a few. But everyone, you can check me out at Twitter at Mr. Never Chillin' _ Xbox is X Never Space Chillin'. If you want a game party up, hit me up there. And over on PlayStation is VBrew24. Facebook is Vic Brubacher. For any question, concerns, or if you want to come on the show, hit me up there. And I do have a Twitch at twitch.tv / Mr. Never Chillin', where I do want to plan to start streaming after the new year. I think that's my the goal to get back into it, but only time will tell. But we do want to thank everyone again. Until next time, peace.
Press start podcast.